Honorable Men Discord. Boxer Anthony Joshua was involved in a car accident in Nigeria. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, if you have something you'd like to share, I'll see you in the comment section. Let's get straight to it. This is breaking news. You know, just days, weeks after his boxing match with Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua was involved in a fatal car accident in Nigeria where the driver and the passenger were killed. They say Anthony Joshua was seated behind the driver, but he survived unscathed. But let's go into this video. Viewer discretion is advised. This is my first time actually seeing this video, but let's take a look.
Battery tiẹ̀ ti máa fọ́ kí ní òye padà sẹ́yìn.
Bros, what did they find?
Listen. What you've just witnessed goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. You've witnessed an act of life and how precious life is and how unpredictable life can be. This man is fresh off of making a major, winning a major purse against Jake Paul. Not too long ago, he was in Miami, and here he is in Nigeria. I didn't even know there was a connection to him in Nigeria. I believe his family is from Nigeria or something along those lines. But nevertheless, it just goes to show how you could just never, underestimate how life can be. Not just for a 9-to-5 worker, not just for someone who's well off. Everyone could be the victim of life and how life plays out. Let me start by saying rest in peace to the driver and the passenger, because we know they have family that when they find out about this, or if they already found out by the time of this episode, their family is all distraught and torn apart. But I don't know the particulars into this accident. But what I do know is that 2 people have died, and he was in the back seat. Now, I can only imagine what's going through his mind. What if he chose to sit in the front? I'm pretty sure that would have been something that possibly went through his mind. Maybe at one point he was saying to himself, yeah, I'm tall, I'll sit in the front, but then he chose to sit in the back. I don't know how the seating arrangements were planned, who decided who was going to sit where. But to think, I can't imagine being in a vehicle or any vehicle, any aircraft, any form of transportation, and the people around me perish and I'm alive. I don't know what his background is as far as what he believes in, but whatever he believes in, he better hang on tight to it and pay his dues, because wow, again, rest in peace to the driver and the passenger. I'm glad he's okay. The way he was grimacing could be an indication of obviously back pain from the impact. So I know he's going to get himself checked out in the hospital. Hopefully all is well with him. But for those of you watching this episode, for those of you that may have read books or have a perspective on signs and what some of these things may mean, let me know. Can this be something where, you know, I'm open to whatever any of you watching has to say about this in terms of maybe conspiracy theories. Excuse me. I'm not opposed to listening to anything, because, you know, what's the chances? You know, you would think, and I don't even know if this didn't exist, you would think someone of his notoriety would be traveling with police motorcade, which would control traffic and speed. But I don't know if that was the case. I don't know if he had a police motorcade. I don't know if he did not have a police motorcade. But this is a very strange ordeal, strange tragedy. And within hours of this episode, or even before the episode actually airs, I'm pretty sure there'll be more updates as to why this happened and how it happened. Well, same thing. But all in all, again, for those of you just tuning in, this is breaking news. Anthony Joshua was involved in a fatal car accident where 2 passengers within the vehicle did not survive. He survived. He was in the back seat. I don't know if he was in the back seat alone, but based on the video I just played, he was the only one I saw being removed from the vehicle from the back. So I'm not sure if there was somebody else there and they just decided not to show them. But in any event, let this be a message to all of you watching this episode to count your blessings, like literally count your blessings. Don't just assume that because you have plans for the next few months, you're going to actually be around for those plans. Don't just assume that the environment you live in, something can't happen to you. Never assume that. Always stay humble and count your blessings. And that's just as a suggestion for me. Obviously, those of you watching this episode are going to continue doing what you do or what you feel works best for you and your family. But when I see stuff like this, it lets me know, listen, anyone, no matter what walk of life they come from, no matter how well off they are, could be in positions where they lose it all. It could have been something even where maybe he didn't lose his life, but because of this accident, he can't walk again. Could you imagine something like that? I mean, it's a pure miracle that the man literally walked out of the back seat unscathed. Yes, he has pain, which is expected, but he walked out unscathed. So what's your thoughts? Again, I'm all here for what any of you have to say about this. What's your thoughts on this? How could something like this happen? Again, I would assume a police motorcade could control the speed of traffic. If you have police cars in front and in back, I don't see how this happens. You know, I don't see how a car would ram into them. I really don't understand how this happened. We don't know if maybe the driver had a medical condition and lost control. We don't know. But I'm waiting to hear more detail on this. But for now, that's all I have. And as always, stay tuned and stay honorable.